Well. Welcome back to another game reaction here. Once again. So I'm just going to get it straight right here. This team is not, and I'm telling you, this team is not a Super Bowl contender. All right? This is what I'm saying. It's not. It's not what the front office is making you out to be. It's really not. We have been lied to a lot of times. Look, Ravens. This shit is not working. Okay? None of this shit is ever working ever again. It's literally never working. It's not working. Why are you trying to go this route again? All right? It's not. It's really not. Again, Harbaugh, you're losing your locker room. EDC again, you need some accountability for this. Okay? EDC, you need some accountability. The philosophy needs some accountability. All right? Again, I'm not going to talk a lot about the defense because why? The defense played an okay game. The defense is not the issue. The defense did everything they could. They literally did everything they could. All right? They did everything they could. But yeah, what we're going to do, we're going to have, McDonald, Dolphin. No, I really don't care. Okay? Mike McDonald has been our best coach so far. He literally has been our best coach so far out of everybody. So, miss me with that bullshit. He's a rookie. He's a rookie defensive coordinator. So, again, I'm going to just talk about the offense. All right. And by the way, Lamar does take some blame because he did not have that good of a game. He did not have his best game. All right. He had a bad turnover at the end of the game. That could have been prevented easily. Yeah, okay. Yeah, he can take accountability. Yes. We have no problem blaming Lamar for literally any issue. We have no problem blaming him for his issue. This is the problem with fans. All right? Every single time we blame, it's either we blame one guy or blame another guy. Why can't literally more than one person take accountability? Why can't more than one person take accountability on this team? It's always gonna have to be either Lamar or the coaching staff. Why? Why can't we just have both? Because it's really much. Because Lamar, he has his issues. But then again, John Harbaugh, Greg Roman, again, that little couple here, literally look like they're dating. Just is the biggest issue. They are the biggest issue. Harbaugh, how do you collapse? Once again, how does your team collapse again? Harbaugh, a guy who I will defend and continue defending. How does this happen for a third time? And again, you might be like, Lamar had a crucial pick. And the fumble, I'm not blaming the fumble on him. All right? I'm not blaming the fumble on him. Block next time. You had the offensive line constantly was bad. The offensive, he had defenders in Lamar's face every play. The run blocking, good. The run blocking, good. It's the only game where the run blocking was better than the pass blocking. The first game of the season. But run blocking was very, very good. Pass blocking was a massive problem. It was a massive problem. And I'm going to get to Greg Roman soon. All right? But again, like, just, like, dude, I'm not going to... The entire loss is not on Lamar. It's not on him. It's not. And if you think it is, then it's not. I'm sorry to break it to you. You love blaming the quarterback because you saw one play. There was no chance. With the way we played this game on offense, we shouldn't have been close to winning this game. We shouldn't have been close to winning this game. We still managed to get 20 points in like eight times in the red zone. So like, bro, it's literally as if, dude, it's again, this fan base, a lot of Ravens fans, I'm so tired of this fan base. Why? Because again, it's always like every single time we're going on and blaming the lack of playmakers, screaming about the lack of playmakers and the lack of creativity in Greg Roman's passing scheme, in Greg Roman's offense, the lack of creativity in Greg Roman's offense. Accountability throws out of the window for everybody else. That's what they think it means. When, I'm sorry to break it to you, it does not. It does not mean that Lamar does not take a little bit of the blame. It doesn't mean that the players on that field don't take a little bit of the blame. We're not blaming the guys on the higher up. It does not take away accountability from 53 other players who are actually playing on the field. So miss me with that bullshit, okay? Because me blaming Greg Roman for this offense being horrible, this offense being an absolute joke throughout the entire game and these past 3 games, it's not taking away. It's really not. It doesn't mean Lamar is free from. It doesn't mean the players are never at fault in our eyes. Okay, that means we see an issue, and we're absolutely realists. For God's sakes, we see that the players, even though they may not be performing the best they could, they're not set up to succeed. They're not maximized in the scheme that they're involved in. Again, last week in the first quarter, we saw all these Duvernay, Deebo Samuel type of shit. The entire first quarter. Oh, and what happened? Greg Roman went away from it. He went completely away from it when there was zero evidence that the Bengals were able to stop it. There was no evidence. They weren't able to stop it. Yet, we went away from it. The same thing happened this game with the run game. Say everything you want about Dobbins. Yeah, Dobbins, he's very frustrated right now, by the way. Dobbins is frustrated. All right. He is frustrated. But again, and yeah, I understand. Go with the hot hand. Kenyon Drake. But even that, you didn't even do. You stopped doing that the second we were in the red zone. How is that possible? You would go on, have a little bit of a run pass, a good mix of run and passing. And then what you're going to do is have what? You're gonna have Kenyon Drake. He's cooking. Yeah. Oh yeah. Great. Kenyon Drake is cooking. Yay. You're happy about him. We get into the red zone. We get inside the 5. We get in the red zone. All right. What happens? Pass on first down. Pass on second down. Pass on third down. Very creative, isn't it? Very creative. This is what I've been saying. I've seen a lot of Ravens fans exaggerate, jump the gun on Greg Roman this season. When I've been just saying he's been average. He's had his hiccups. He's had his issues. His issues are still apparent. But again, his play calling hasn't been too bad overall in games. His play calling hasn't been too bad. But then saying he's been awesome, saying he's been great, saying he's been good. No. I'm mixing with that bullshit. And again, this game showed that the way the team has been performing in the first 3 games, it's not because of his play calling has not been a reason of it. We've been having such a good offense overall especially in the first 3 games, in spite of him. Again, our players, Lamar, it's the Lamar Jackson and Mark Andrews show that's making him look competent. All right? But then, let's blame Lamar. Let's put the entire loss on Lamar. The people who like to defend the coaching staff and Greg Roman love to put the entire blame on the players, especially on Lamar. And us, the people who rag on Greg Roman a lot, we don't take accountability away from the players. That's the difference. We don't take accountability away from the players. But the people who like sucking off Greg Roman and John Harbaugh take the entire blame and put it on the players. When that's not the case. That is not the case. Every player has their share of blame on this offense. But then again, it's not like we haven't been screaming about a lack of playmakers or creativity in the pass game. Alright? There's no creativity. Greg Roman, you got what you asked for. Okay? You got what you asked for. You knew what you were getting when you hired Greg Roman. You knew what you were getting. Because again, he has these same issues in San Fran for the past decade. In San Fran, he has these same issues. In Buffalo, he has these same issues. And in Baltimore, it's no different. And then he's getting saved. He's getting bailed out. His job is getting saved because he has a resume on a 2019 season where he had a quarterback playing out of his mind. But then he gets some credit on it. He does not deserve assistant coach of the year at all. Okay? Why? Because he's had these good years every year with Buffalo and San Fran. And what happened afterwards? Again, you have what you do, you just have all that fall off. Since the 2019 season, the offense has regressed. History is repeating itself, and it's so stupid. Every single year we've kept Greg Roman, we just go on and then we say, oh, we're going to change this. We're going to change this and that and that. The coaching staff, Greg Roman been talking all this shit throughout the offseason, throughout training camp, before games. He'd be talking all this shit. But then nobody is scared of you. You're just trying to gas it up. Okay? You're just trying to gas it up. You don't scare anybody. Because again, the Jets, who are literally a rebuilding team, have more creative plays than you. The Jets make me jealous. The Chiefs make me jealous. Kyle Shanahan and the Niners Imagine, what Kyle Shanahan would do with a guy like Duvernay. Okay? Imagine what he would do when he had a weapon like Devin Duvernay in his disposal. Again, it's really just, it's frustrating. Okay? Because, again, he's taking Lamar. Despite this, he's still taking more blame than Roman has outside of the fan base, outside of the Ravens fan base, because again, people don't know enough about Greg Roman. People don't know enough about Greg Roman, except for former NFL players and the media that has been ragging on him, exposing, making full segments of how predictable his scheme is and how broken it is. He is not that good of a running guru either. He's not that good. And he isn't. Okay? It is so embarrassing to watch this offense play. 4th year of Greg Roman? 4th year. And we're still having these stupid issues of illegal formation, bullshit like this. Receivers running into each other, receivers being too close, just routes that are easily defendable. Easily defendable, where players cannot get open. He is unable to scheme open anybody on this team. It's Mark Andrews who's getting himself open, or the other team leaving him open. And Mark Andrews was open a lot of the game. And I'm telling you that, it's not Greg Roman who schemed him open. He's not able to scheme anybody open. So John Harbaugh, stop believing in him. The minority of Ravens fans who believe in him, you're stupid. Okay? You are simply wrong. You were wrong about him. He does not have a good track record outside of 2019, where it's all on Lamar. He did not teach Lamar to play football in 2019. Lamar won a Heisman in college. So he in 2019, Lamar would have won an MVP without him. And that's a fact. He would have won MVP without this moron. Like, dude, I have no problem saying Lamar played badly this game. I have no problem. I mean, he didn't really play badly. He played badly in the last 2 drives. He looked bad in the last 2 drives. But before these 2 drives, he scored a touchdown. I mean, by the way, on that touchdown, we got away with a delay of game. Again, Greg Roman, another issue has been him. There's a lot of time. Lamar does not have a lot of time to read the defense, because again, every single time he gets on the side, he gets on the line, he has to snap it, because there's always like 5 seconds left on the play clock. What's happening? This has been an issue since San Fran. Greg Roman has never changed his issues ever again. But of course, we're just taking accountability away off of players. Not true. You're wrong. You're stupid. That's a stupid assumption to say that. But he deserves accountability. But Greg Roman deserves accountability. Just because he's on my team, doesn't mean that I'm going to praise him. And it shows. Because people were calling him amazing. That shows how low his standards are. That shows how low Greg Roman's standards are at this rate. Because again, if he's being called amazing for being average, then there's a problem. I have a high standard for John Harbaugh. I want to keep Greg Roman on that same standard. On that same level. Because he's a guy, he's an offensive coordinator. He's still an offensive coordinator. And he has to do his job. And Greg Roman has no excuses this year. Oh, What did we do? We gave him everything he ever wanted this offseason. We tried building that 2019 offense again for him to make his job way, way easier. It did what? He's been average for a lot of the times. He's been average. All right? Like, dude, he is not supposed to be average. Imagine if we gave Kyle Shanahan everything he ever wanted at his disposal. Every weapon, specific weapon he ever wanted. Imagine if we did that. The Niners would be winning the Super Bowl every year. But Greg Roman, we barely score 20 points. We can barely reach 20 points. So what? This is frustrating. And again, you still have people thinking he's even good, he's even effective at something. Like, dude, he is not that. Even in his specialty, he's not that good. All right. I mean, he's fine at blocking schemes and just at run schemes in general. He's pretty good. But he's not a genius. He's not an absolute genius. People are absolutely sucking him off about. This is really not what it is. Like, come on. So it's really just annoying. It's like, it's literally as if, again, like, honestly, he needs to be fired. He needs to be fired at some point this year. Because you saw what Cam Cameron did in 2012. We won a Super Bowl. Something like this needs to be done. You need a shakeup like this. Because there is no way. Like, bro, like, there's no way we're winning a playoff game like this. All right? Like, bro, I'm done with him. I really don't want to see any Greg Roman praise until we win a Super Bowl. Because, again, Greg Roman has never been... He's become worse in the regular season. In the regular season, normally, he wouldn't do that bad. In the playoffs, he's horrible. But now in the regular season, every year in the regular season, he's gotten worse. Every year. So, hey. Like, dude. He doesn't know how to use his weapons. He doesn't know how to take advantage of literally everything he has. And again, he's not limiting Lamar. This offense is not built around Lamar. It's built around Greg Roman. It's never been built around Lamar. Lamar doesn't need a million tight ends. It's only Greg Roman. It's only him. Not Lamar. What Lamar needs, he needs a number one guy. He needs a number one guy. He needs it. So let's get into the receiving core. The receiving core, man, I've had enough looking at it. I've had enough. I've been patient with guys like Prochet, with guys like Tylan Wallace. Demarcus Robinson he's a ghost, basically. But yeah, it's really not bringing much into it. Again, they're being limited, again, by Greg Roman's scheme, of course. They're being limited, but still. And Tylan Wallace, he's had a few catches there, and here, but he's had a drop, a crucial drop in right before the fumble. So, again, it's really not what you want to see. We cannot Again, a number one weapon is only going to help them. It's not. It's going to push them down the depth chart. But when they come in, it's going to open things up for them, and it's going to open things up for guys like Bateman, especially. Bateman, again, he's been missing to this offense, even with his rough 2 games. So it's really, it's too bad. I've seen enough of this receiving core. We brought in Deshaun Jackson in a visit. I don't know if we're gonna sign him, but I guess we will. But hey, what's funny is that he's 36 and he's going to be an upgrade. That's the crazy part of it. I mean, OBJ's available, yet we go and do what? Not even giving him a call. No. I wouldn't mind having him for the second half of the year. And he should be healed. But hey, it's not like we needed him now. We needed DeAndre Hopkins and Stephon Diggs years ago. Alright? Like, Stephon Diggs, we passed on him twice. DeAndre Hopkins was the move to make after 2019. After what happened in 2019, Lamar's your guy. So what you do, you go all out for him. You can't complain now that oh, we won't be able to build around him because of his contract. You had 4 years to do so. Like, piss off with that shit. You had his rookie contract to do so. Yet, you decide to go with your stupid philosophy that really just that brought us nowhere. Okay? Like, that pride of the year 2000, you just leave it. Leave it. Like, put that year 2000 pride aside. Be happy you won that year, but don't go on and try to build the same team over and over and over and over and over again. Absolute insanity. You're not getting the results you want, but then you're trying the same thing over and over again. This is so weird. Again, I know ADC has been investing in the wide receiver position via draft, but what have these guys turned down to? It doesn't matter how much you've invested in if they don't pan out. If most of them are going to be getting mid-rounders. They're all 3rd and 4th round guys. There's a reason Prochet was picked in the 5th round. Oh, and by the way, we traded up for him. And he's not getting maximized. He's not. We traded up for this guy. Yet, it is so, like, the hype around Prochet was, it's so different how we thought of him a few months ago to now. He hasn't been there. He hasn't been. I'm disappointed because I thought he could be a solid guy. But hey, it is really embarrassing. It's really embarrassing. I mean, all right. It's so annoying. And again, it's so funny how instead of just ragging on the front office and like Harbaugh, Roman, most of the fan base goes and attacks the rookie. Let's go and attack the rookie defensive coordinator who has ironically been our best coach. Mike McDonald has been our best coach so far this year. This is so funny, yet there are more issues than him. This is so weird. Like, dude, it is so embarrassing. to look at other young quarterbacks get taken care of. Kyler Murray just got Robbie Anderson for a 6th and 7th. There is no way EDC is going to go hold on to a 6th and 7th and go on and hope for it to be a gem. There is no way. There is no way we're trying to do that. It couldn't have been hard to send a 6th and 7th for Robbie. A 7th round pick for Robbie Anderson. Name a quarter of things a 6th and 7th round wide receiver would do that Robbie Anderson can. Name half the things a 1st round pick can do that DeAndre Hopkins can. Or Tyreek Hill. Or Devontae Adams. Or AJ Brown. Look at other teams. Don't look at other teams and be like, oh, we just don't want to be like everybody else. Let's do our own thing. There's a reason other teams are doing that. It's a reason it's a copycat league. Because every team, we see how effective it is, and teams want to compete. We're doing shit like we're rebuilding still. This is, like, dude, don't complain about Lamar wanting money and then be like, and expect him to be a cap saver in the coming years. Don't expect him to be one. Because again, you had his entire rookie contract to do so. You had his whole rookie contract to go all in and win a Super Bowl. But what you did, you decided to go with the same philosophy, no receivers, try and put everything into the defense, and don't invest into getting your guy weapons. But look, like, dude, look, what we're going to do is go and sign a receiver, a washed up receiver. Deshaun Jackson played with dominant, he was catching passes from Donovan McNabb. Like, dude, this guy was catching passes from Donovan McNabb. This quarterback is not in the league anymore. What we do, sign washed up receivers and go and take everything on the defense. Great. Like, dude. And I do not want to see anything on, oh, Lamar's best with tight ends. No, that's not true. No. I'm going to cut you off right here. That's not true. Like, dude. Like, that is the biggest bullshit I've seen in my life. Okay? Like, no. He had chemistry with Hollywood Brown. He's having chemistry with Rashad Bateman. Stop. Just because he has a chemistry with Mark Andrews, one of the best tight ends in the league, doesn't mean he's better with tight ends. Doesn't mean he prefers tight ends. Greg Roman's better with tight ends, not Lamar. Okay? This scheme doesn't favor Lamar. It favors Greg Roman. And Lamar ran a pro-style offense under Petrino in college in Louisville. While here, we're running a carbon copy of the 2012 Niners offense with Colin Kaepernick. All right, that's why we're predictable. That's why teams don't want what we're running. That's why Greg Roman's playbook is dumped into the internet, and people can just look it up and know exactly what he's running because he hasn't changed a single thing. And all he's doing, he's just being being stupid. God, like it, bro. It's It's really not the case, bro. It's not. Like, dude, it's really not. Like, bro, come on. Again, you got there the Eagles. The Eagles, they drafted a lot. They had a lot of picks, but then they went draft and then they went spending money. Look, oh, they had a lot of draft capital, and look what they did. They didn't use them all on guys, on average guys. What they did, look, they used one of their picks to get A.J. Brown. And then they used the other one to draft Jordan Davis. And then used the other one to draft Nakobe Dean. And he used others to trade up. Taking advantage of your picks is not only... taking advantage of your picks is not only just drafting. It's also being able to use those picks to get top guns. Or to trade up. It's not only drafting. What has it done? We had 11 draft picks last year. We used them all. Where has it brought us? Some of those guys aren't even on the freaking roster. What's the point? What is the point? Like, bro. Like, even Derek Carr. Even Derek Carr has Devontae Adams. How does he deserve Devontae Adams but not Lamar? Justin Jefferson? Kirk Cousins hasn't. Oh, but... like, bro. Like, dude. Like there is an obvious issue. For God's sakes. Oh, like, bro. It's so annoying. Like, Kyler Murray has DeAndre Hopkins, Hollywood Brown, who I'm still okay with the trade because Tyler Linderbaum is a top 10 center in the league. Robbie Anderson, AJ Green, Rondale Moore. Come on. Come on. All right. Okay. Okay. Well, yeah. Defensively, I honestly, I think defensively we played fine. It's not defense to blame. The defense is not to blame. Like, we struggle on third down conversions. Pass rush is always still an issue. But, yeah, man. Marlon Humphrey and Marcus Peters, you can't ask more from them. They played as always. It's pretty much it. It's pretty much it. They lost their... Harbaugh has lost their locker room. So, I can't really say otherwise. We are 3-3. We should be 6-6. Every team says that, but it applies to us. Another lead. Like, you need to play 60 minutes of football. The offense didn't play a minute. The offense played like shit in the red zone. We should be finishing drives. But no, you don't. Like, you need to get a weapon. You need to get a serious weapon that is not washed, that's in his prime for Lamar. Show Lamar that you mean business. Show Lamar that you care about him. All right? Show. show that you care about him, or else or else, bro, he doesn't really have much of a reason to stay. He doesn't. He doesn't have a lot of reasons to stay. Just what I'm saying. Like, dude, I don't know how you explain. I don't know how to explain all this shit. Like, dude, the Ravens front office, again, their ego is still getting in their way, and they're comfortable with the way they're doing things. But I I I don't know, man. We have the money to sign Lamar. We have the money. We we really do. So we don't have an excuse to not sign him. But Lamar, if I'm Lamar, I'm going to go and try and have all the leverage. I want to go and have all the leverage. I want to go and try and have my way. Because why? Lamar should be having all his way to that. Why? Because hey, I saved Harbaugh's job. I'm saving Greg Roman's job for sure. The offense is doing well in spite of him, and all because of him. Uh, it's and yeah, you refuse to provide you refuse to provide me some weapons, some serious weapons like other quarterbacks are getting. Hey, you give me my money, and you worry about the financial issues later. Because again, and they won't have any. They won't. They won't have any problems. There's things they do, but the cap isn't staying static. So hey, here we go. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Subscribe if you're new. And comment down below your thoughts. And yeah, I'm out. Uh, share your thoughts down below.